Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. I am George ONYIBE. Like I always say, appealing to the conscience of our people. Peradventure, they will be able to awaken from this slumber, take responsibility, not just we write that. I must appeal to those who are in charge of Wikipedia or Cyclopedia. We need to correct these things. Eka is not a dialect in Igbo land. Eka is a language of its own. We have over 47 different dialects, only Eka. Anyocha is a language. And under Anyocha, you have approximately over 47 different dialects. Osimili is a language. And under Osimili, you have the same almost 40-something different dialects. It goes down to Okwane. Ikwere is a language. And under Ikwere, you have over 40 different dialects. Let me break it down. If you are from River State, you are Ikwere to be precise. You will agree with me that the Ikwere they speak in Rumorosi, Rumola, and the Ikwere they speak in even Rumokoro, Rumodomanya, and Igirita. They are not the same. It's all Ikwere, but different dialects. It's fascinating to know that those who come from that Rumola houses, Rumorosi, Rumomoy, their Ikwere is deeper than the Ikwere of Igirita. They are all Ikwere, but different dialects. And so how could Gogo come out and tell me that my own language is a dialect in another person's language? That is an insult to Anyoma people. I have said it many times in my broadcast that when I go to my village and I address my elders, they will die of laughing. And that is because they don't even know the one I'm speaking. Some will say he's speaking Umunedi. Another one will say don't mind him, he's speaking Orugodo, and then so on and so forth. Because I truly cannot even differentiate all of them. But I know we don't have the same dialect. I said it in one of my broadcasts, that when I go to my village and I tell my people, Maba, they will respond to me, Maba Yamapoha. But when I'm in Orugodo and I greet somebody, Maba, it's Orenema or Woma, also Warenema. But then, in my own dialect, they don't accept it. But all of us are Agbo. All of us are Eka people. And so when I go to the village, I tell them, Madada. That is the only time they will answer me. And now, that is not because we are having issue. That is because everybody wants to see the need to preserve their cultural identity. And so Gogol and Anyoma people and other people from South region who are listening to me, you need to put your eye inside what they are feeding the Wikipedia or the Cyclopedia. Pay attention. Because this is where your children will go back in future to look for information. And let this broadcast be a judgment between we and them, that they are perversive people who are indirectly manipulating the history of our people to the detriment of our people for their own financial gain. But at this their mission, they are dead on arrival, except we never know the truth we know today. Why am I saying this? Nigeria at a particular time had only 4 regions. And these 4 regions were simply the East, the West, the North, and the Midwest. The Midwest was given birth through referendum because we said we don't want to be part of the West, neither do we want to be part of the East. The option of going to the North is not even there. And then, before Nigeria was destroyed by Igbo man from Israel, who say he come from Israel, they granted us a region. And then you will understand that if Midwest, the former Bender State, was a region, it is not 3 plots of land. It must be sizable to that of the East, the West, maybe the North, which I know they have a very land mass anyway. But it shows that in land mass, we have the capacity. In population, we have the capacity. But because we did not address this issue, as political reformation take place, Another Igbo man came and created the geopolitical zone. No, before then, they created states. And so a whole region was squashed into one state. They call it Bendel State. They just carry a whole region. It's like carrying the whole eastern region. It's like carrying the whole south-south region today. It's like carrying the whole southwest region today. You package them as one state. So they squash midwestern region into one state, which is Bendel State. We didn't see anything. We are still a region. Because we didn't say anything, when Dr. Alex Ekweme was creating this geopolitical zone, 6 of them we have today, as directed by late General Sani Abacha of a blessed memory, what did he do? They carved us and created Edo and Delta. And so a region in Nigeria was created into 2 states. Do you know the biggest insult? For taking Edo and Delta and taking some state from the old eastern region and calling us South-South region is even an insult. But we did not complain. If I say Edo and Delta is bigger than the whole of the old eastern region, you should understand that including River State, including Cross River State, including Akwa Ibom State, Edo and Delta is bigger than all of them. You cannot forget that more than 70% of the current day Bayelsa is carved out from the then Midwestern region. You cannot be in a hurry to forget that people like Akaboka or Rashi people, all of them were part of the old eastern region. But we did not say anything. Today, we are in the south-south, and we are grateful we are here. We have not said anything. And that is the problem. Today, when somebody from the southeast, for instance, is telling you about marginalization, I wonder what we're going to say. Because the old eastern region has given birth to 2 different regions. More than a quarter of the south-south region, and they have been able to get 5 states. They are still asking for 5 states. But where is Edo and Delta? Where is Bendel State? Where is the future and where is the hope of that Midwestern state which we saw in this Nigerian state, which our forefathers fought for and bled for, thinking that in a day like this, we could be the author of our destiny. That dream is almost unachievable. But believe me, no hope is lost. But that is not the direction I am dragging you to. But I want you to understand why we need to begin to ask questions. Every day you wake up, they say, you are not Igbo. Leave Igbo people alone. You ask Igbo name. Ikwere is Igbo. Ikwere, and you think they are joking. Go and check Google. They will tell you Ikwere is a language in Igbo. Anyoma people, Ikwere people, you are the main target. Bini is the one they used to want to upset the balance. They will not go to Akwa Ibom because Akwa Ibom people are ready. You see Ibibio, Efik, and Anan, they are ready, but they don't talk. They understand that nobody takes the kingdom by words, but by action. And we have been so quiet for a very long time, and yet we do nothing. And then one day, we are behaving like white people. One day, we are behaving like ONYIBE people, neglecting our value system, our culture, and tradition. Invariably, we sold ourselves out. And so this message is simple. If you want to preserve our heritage, our culture and tradition, uphold our value system, my brother, Eka language is not Igbo language. It's not a dialect in Igbo land. Igbo language is Igbo language, and they have different dialects under Igbo language. We are Eka people. We are Anyoma people. And under every branch, we have our language with this embodiment of different dialects. This is how it should be. This is how it should be respected. Today, Anyoma people are sleeping. And the Igbo man is coming on my platform to tell me that I answer Igbo name. I speak Igbo language. Who the fuck are these people? Now, let me tell you what you don't know. Our children are listening to them. Our children believe that they laying forceful claim on it. That truly, we are subservient to them. And this is not true. At the end, you will understand that we are the true ancient people. We are the true owners of those lands. But we kept quiet. And then they are taking everything. Watch 90% of the attire they showcase is Igbo cloth, is Igbo cloth. They are all Anyoma cloth. Watch the Akope, watch the Ibi Ananda, watch everything they use. All of them are Anyoma culture and tradition. They took it from us and we're keeping quiet. We are gentle people, but what happened to our children? Because they will change as they always do. They will get to a stage. They will not say we are answering Igbo name. They will not say we are speaking Igbo language. They will say we are in Igbo land and we must go. And then our children will not be ready. This is a long-term project. You see those Igbo people that say they come from Biafra, Obidio Bienu know them. Those ones in the Kanu is leading. Simeon Ekpa is mobilizing. You see those people, they are virus. They are deadly. It's just that we are their destiny and we are their doom. You cannot keep quiet and allow them to be saying that on social media. If you're from the south side, you hear them say that. Dismiss it. These are space. Challenge it. Let the truth come out. But you may not understand what they are doing. But let me tell you how it works. A time came for some reason, Israel was wiped out of the map. And then Israel began to plan how to make a comeback. What Israel did is to go to Palestinian, is to go to Tel Aviv, begin to buy land, begin to build company. Now understand, this money does not belong to one Israeli man. They have formed alliance, a league, right there in America. Go and ask the family of the Rockefellers. They know what I'm saying. The Jewish elite in America had a meeting. They came together and they were going to take back our land. And what they do, they went to Palestinian, bought a land, very massive land, begin to build company. They came in friendly. Palestinian people settled. They brought in Muslim, Christian, Jewish, everywhere was calm. And they carried out the coup. And then Israel was restored. And so when you see these Igbo Biafra people in your village, watch most of them, they don't have good job. But before you know, they finish buying all your community. You will be praising, Wajirego, these people have money. It's a coup they are doing to you. This is part of those conspiracy theory that I want you to consider if it's true. Now, let me tell you about China. That is the same thing China does. In Abo, there is a China family that lives there. I'm sure they've been there before I was born. They own a plastic industry. I tell you, these China people speak Abo past me. They speak Abo past me. The last time I went home, I discovered they have gone back. And this is because they cannot infiltrate us. And so what do China people do? They come in, they bring one family. The family will remain there. They will start teaching you their language. They will start colonizing you. You won't know. They are small. Meanwhile, their country is the one sponsoring. That is how they want to take over the world. And look at Igbo Biafra people. Look at Anambra people. They're teaching the children, China and Japan, in Oku Polytechnic. In their university, they have special course. They will even tell you they are graduated. In fact, I have to announce to you that Lechimo Biokafo was actually reading China inside Nigeria University. And they are proud of it. But before you know, our children will begin to fight. You will now hear Eka Igbo, Niger Delta Igbo, Yoruba Igbo. This is how bad it can degenerate. And because you do not have evil intention in your mind, they will overrun you. I'm not talking to all Igbo for record purposes. I'm talking to the Igbo that say they are Biafra. Because until they undermine you and destroy you, they will never rest. They are touch and go. And now don't take them lightly. When they come, they buy land. Sell for them. When they come, they marry your sister. Give them. And when you go and marry their sister, love her. But understand that there is more beneath that the eye can see. For how long? We've not shown them hatred. And how did they pay us back? You can see all of them. I, George ONYIBE, have defended Igbo cause more than all of them. more than all of them. Because at the moment I followed them, at the moment I went out with them, their people could not come out. We put our blood in this thing. And you see how they systematically think they were managing me to destroy me. But I knew my elders has warned me. In fact, the greatest advice I took was from my pastor colleague, who is, I don't know, I would have called him an angel. He doesn't want trouble. And I was shocked when he said that to me. He said, they follow these people. I say, yes, these are another generation. He say, these people no be the people wey then they follow. It's not the old person. I say, these are another breed. They say, okay, go. We are with you. We are watching. And today, they are telling me, thank God, when a woman gives birth to a still birth child, in my place, they will say, you don't see your head. And so what they have been complaining about you 50 years ago is still repeating itself today. And you want us to keep quiet. To you, they want to make you feel I'm irrelevant. They want to make you feel I'm useless. But you see their fear. I know more than they anticipated. From this uncompleted building. Okay, we are back. But that is what they do. So, like I was saying, from this uncompleted building, this is where we hold them. The Bible, after all, said that he take the foolish things of the world and confront the wise. See how desperate they are to take over your destiny, and you are relaxing. They hire Igbo people born in our land to impersonate us. They are everywhere on social media desperately trying to unite us. You should ask yourself, to what end? What is there for us in this uniting? Don't you see every tribe that followed them in the name of Biafra, all of them have run? They are trying to switch game. They want to move Nnamdi Kanu one side and use Simon Ekpa to take over. And now we blow their cover. They now metamorphosing into Igbo unification. Who does that? Those of you who are Igbo people born in our land, we understand it's not your fault. We accept you. We welcome you as one of us. And we can never go against you. But if we find any of you, Igbo man, there are many of them. I can begin to call their name. You are Igbo man born in Abo. We have accepted you as one of our own. We didn't say you should not go back to Israel or where you're coming from. And we found out you are the people they are using to unite us. We will respond to you. You are Anyoma man. You marry Igbo. Love your wife. Love your children. It doesn't matter. But don't let your wife make you to destroy your father's home. And then you are our sister. You are married to Igbo. Love your husband. Care for your husband. But don't let your husband to use you as a spy into my father's house. Into our father's house. Because if you do anyhow, you will see anyhow. You people now are the subtle means to get to us. That is why you can see Igbo Israel. You can see, what do they call all these animals? Namen and the rest of them. These are Igbo people. Precisely from Israel, as they said. Obidiobinu know them. Now they are, yes, I'm Kennedy, ONYIBE, Otologbo, Okumazo Mocha, Otologbo, Tobo. Who does that? Why are they this desperate? You see the way they squash Midwestern region? They crippled us into Bender State. You see the way they useless us and divide us into Edo and Delta. And then they pieces us and merge us into River Akwa and call us South. If we are not ready, the next agenda now is that they are going to destroy South and share it. That's the next agenda. And that is why when we tell Ned Nwoko to pull back, he will not understand. He could be a senator. He could even be a Nigerian president. What he does not know is bigger than him. The moment they pull Anyoma, Ikwere can only resist because Ikwere has begun this journey for a very long time. They are recognized ethnic nationality. That is why Igbo Biafra from Israel is ignoring them. But who are we? Bats. We are neither rats, we are neither bird. We just try to navigate in between the day and the light to survive. This is the time we make a bold step. As Anyoma sons and daughters, this is the time we come out and let our footprint be seen by everyone as we write down our deed before the global community, that our actions these days will last beyond the pyramids of Egypt, that our children will know that we were here. We cannot live in the shadow of any other person because everything that we are is almost taken from us without saying anything. And to dismiss it, they will soon come here, idiot, get out, who need you, who did this, but they are impersonating us. We know every loophole they want to come in. And this is a Niger Delta project. This is a South-South region project. We have to start from somewhere. Charity begins at home. I'm not on Nandekano, who is preaching Biafra to Igodo Migodo, Biafra to Rubai, Shekiri, and Ejo. But in his village, Afari-Igbo, ONYIBE people, 90% of ONYIBE people hate the bullshit called Biafra. That's why I separate them. We have Igbo that are Igbo. I give them their normal respect. You see Igbo people from Israel, go and ask Obidio Bienu. Because the person he sponsored to broadcast about me, Igbo. The person started by saying that it is clear to all of us that we are the descendant of Abraham, the children of the third son of Abraham, precisely God. It was God who gave birth to Unri. You can confirm it from Genesis 46. Obedient, no clap for her. Oh, brother, give them the testament. Give them the testimony and advertisement. Thunder will fire all of you. And some of them believe erroneously that they are from Israel. And they are claiming to have a car land. And even at that, let me point out something to you. You see, as a literature student or English student, somewhere along the line, we began to look at similar words or borrowed language from within the European context. You see some words in Latin that is used in English. Then they will teach us that this word is a Latin word and it does not have explanation in English, so they adapt it. And then they say, see this word, it's a French word or it's English word, but it has no explanation in French, so French adapt it. And so if you're a French student, for instance, because not all of you understand Latin, if you're a French student, for instance, look at your French textbook. Sometimes he will tell you, it will give you a French terms with English on it. But the English will bevel, but it's still English. It is like when you say benediction in English, in Latin, it's going to give you benedictus. And so each time I say, let us say benediction, the benediction, the Latin is going to talk about benedictus. And so is the Latin going to say, oh, Americans steal our English? Or is Europe going to say Latin is stealing our English? Sometimes there are things we know that others don't know. And what they don't know cannot have a name because they don't know it. And vice versa, there are things they know we do not know, and since we do not know it, it cannot have a name. But when relationship comes in, and we go to their place and see what we have not seen or heard of before, we could only allow them to tell us the name. And that is the same way when they come to our place, they see the things they do not understand, we tell them the name. But of course, in the global context and how it is run today, instead of Oyibo man to agree that this is the original name of this thing, they will give it their own name. That is the sign to dominate you. That is exactly what these people are doing. So anything that looks familiar to them, they forget the relationship our father and their father had before now. They're betraying the whole process. If we have to borrow some of their dialect because of that relationship, why do they want to take that advantage to inherit us? And that is if we. And so because they borrowed some of our language and then they move it, so we should go and inherit them. My brother, because we know the plan for now, no mean say we no get plan for. We use money. Money don't use us. And one musician some time ago, Yellow Man, King Jamaica, he said God made man and man made money. And money make man to take another man's wife. People, pay attention to what is going on. You begin to ask questions. Anyoma is Anyoma. Anyoma have different languages and different dialects. Igbo in the southeast have language and different dialects. Ikwere have language and different dialects. Anyoma people, it is time we are recognized as ethnic nationality. And maybe in the nearest future, we'll begin to ask what happened to our region. Maybe in the nearest future, we'll talk about why we are marginalized to this extent that the whole region is now using to make up. Why wouldn't they come and claim you? Let us see those who are there because they know how to insulting people of Nnamdi. Denny here will say, yeah, I greet you. Good morning. You call me Prince. You don't scatter my dada. Don't let them kidnap you. Prince is a hungry man, complete everything. Anyway, thank you so much. I'm flattered. And I see Uyi. Uyi, good morning. I greet you from here. I see Kasimia Chinedu. Of course, one of the Igbo people from Biafra is a mad, confused man. When I was on Radio Biafra, saying you, Igbo girl, Igbo this, Ojuku warrior, I was not a madman. But it's okay. Onye mani he be mani akpo waiji here. Sonem wo ihe chuku menimo nero ni meo no wo ejumobi o wo no soka mo usulu bwe meni mekelere na fanso ya o. Kasimia, I'm a madman. And then Nnamdi Kanu is not a madman. And he said Igbo people are cursed. Ndị Igbo bụ ndị wabụrụ ọnụ. Igbos are cursed. And ndị Igbo na-eti mkpu, oh, he's our savior, he's our savior. Fiakwa. You're not ashamed. You come in here this morning. I see Henry Chimezie. Good morning, Henry Chimezie. I greet you. Of course, that is a progressive. These are the people who are supposed to be protecting the integrity of ndị Igbo. And I'm happy somebody like Henry Chimezie is one of them. Of course, Ijele was betrayed by Igbo people who say they come from Israel. And those of you who went out there to protest, irrespective of your number, one with God is majority. I'm really humbled. I'm happy for all of you who went out there to at least let them know Ijele have few people with him. Ijele is a Nigerian patriot. And with what we know, without people like Ijele running on the offense as patriotic Nigerians, Nigeria Army, you will get this music in another dimension. Nigerian police, you will feel this heat in another dimension. Believe me. I'm not telling you the justice should be perverted just because it's a patriotic Nigeria. I am saying let due process take its rightful place and create an atmosphere where other patriot Nigerians can come forward in the nearest future to defend our nation. Because it's obvious that a lot is at stake as we speak. A lot is at stake. There are many issues we will be pointing out to the government to begin to review. Because nobody is safe. You see these Igbo people who say they come from Israel, if you know the agenda, most of you will not sleep. But the point is, we have been ready for this day. And maybe this is the purpose why we were born. That is why I keep telling them, I am their destiny and I am their doom. If you shut Ijele down, but rest assured they will come in another way. Because they are like a monkey. They get hold of one branch, they're looking for another. You cannot satisfy them. They are greedy, wicked, and their heart is for no one. And then I see Igwauchi. Good morning here, my brother. Odoguata, I greet you. Good morning. These are progressive-minded people. I see Uzua. Good morning, my brother from here. And I see, where are they? Of course, only one Igbo Biafra person from here. That is a Casimir. I see third. You see Igbo man from Israel is telling Anyoma man in Africa. Imagine. All third. Imagine. Igbo man that came from Israel and meet my father in Anyoma man. I meet Enuane man in Enuane land. I meet Ogwashuku man. I meet Okwane man. I meet Ndokwa person. Meet even a Gala. Meet even Idoma. Meet even Yoruba people, Lukumi people. Inside the same land. He's telling us we are answering his name. He comes from Israel. He's supposed to be speaking the same language with Netanyahu. They are the confused people. They are the mad people. They are the one that turn around and call people the same. It is now Port that is telling Keto, look at how black you are. But Port and Keto, which one they receive fire pass? Look at them. They think they can rubbish me. My hands that are clean. You don't know what you put yourself into. You just repent and confess. Then all these things will be over. But as far as you people are behind, still shielding this conspiracy against our people, we will not let you go. We will not leave you. A word is enough, and enough is enough. For how long will you people feed on the misery of our people? Will you talk, you shut us down? Will you talk, you harass us? Will you talk, you use the same government to destroy us? If Igbo man come out and say the truth, you people will come after him. Even up to your pastors live low life. Go and ask Ibukubi. Let's see if there is any Igbo Biafra. He said, I want my brothers not to start a wildfire they cannot put out. And today, Ndi Biafra Expansionist group have succeeded in putting the Igbo against other ethnic nationalities. Honestly, Bra Henry Chimezie, it is people like you, and I repeat, it's people like you and Uchu Kafomefo, which we have worked with. We have tested you people. Your slightest touch command obedient. You are who you say you are. Now make us they talk like this. So. If not, then go know the real definition of Obuskata. And your Zondia we cure mad people. We show you the difference between you are mad and you are crazy. When somebody come out and say, are you mad? There is a limit to your mental disability. When they tell you you are crazy, you see Obuskata. If not people like you, because he who lives in a glass house should not throw stone just that way. I say this, I've worked with all of you, a different platform.